political campaign rallies. So to what do we owe, or to what do we attribute these level of political intolerance that we are having? What should we do better? That's the focus for our discussion this evening. Good evening, guys. This is the Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM. My name is Precious Ingen. I've got my sister here in the building. Sister woman, how are you?
Good evening, Lagos. Welcome to the Evening Rush.
All right, Lagos. Let's take a little break. I'll be right back to bring you the flesh and all of the story. Stay with us, Lagos. We'll be right back. Lagos, welcome back. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM, and yes, it is still the Evening Rush. My name is Precious, and that Promise is here with me this evening. Unfortunately, Juliet won't be joining us this evening. She needs some breather. She just needs to take a break a little bit. So yes, there's been quite some level of political intolerance. As a matter of fact, if I have to trace this conversation back to November last year, you would recall that the Defense Headquarters and even INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had lamented recording about 50 attacks. As a matter of fact, about 56 attacks during campaign rallies across 21 states in the country, warning that the trend portends serious threats to this year's election. Right, so expressing worries over the spate, the commission warned that it urged, that if urgent and decisive steps were not taken, the attacks may intensify as the election date approaches. And it's as if this was just, a drop of water, on the ocean, because it didn't make any difference. We saw what happened, or we heard and saw, I dare say, what happened to Labour Party supporters on Saturday on their way to the Teslim Balogun Stadium. And we also saw, in fact, I'll be playing you some sound bites. So we saw we've heard quite a couple of them. The PDP presidential during the PDP presidential campaign rallies in, I think, Kaduna State, Bauchi State, Borno State. They've been attacked in several states like that in the north. And nothing has happened. You would want to imagine that there was a peace pact that was signed by all political parties, especially for the presidential, the 18 political aspirants, or the 18 parties that fielded, candidates for the presidency. They signed a peace accord. A peace accord. So what happened to that? How do we sign a peace accord and then we face all of this? So for a second, it looks like we prepare for war, and yet we never get ready for the war. So I don't understand what is happening. In the first instance, I'm not one who would easily support these preparations or these peace accords, because as a matter of fact, it is election and not war. So even when we approach elections like war and sign such pacts, at the end of the day, these people still work against the pact that is signed, and then go ahead to do differently. Now, do we really attribute this to the political parties themselves, their leaders, their supporters, the electoral body INEC, or the law enforcement agents for not doing their jobs or probably holding someone accountable? To what do we attribute all of this to? Let me quickly play you that soundbite that I said has been making the round about a certain someone who we hear is the secretary of a Tiosa local government area. I may not play you all of it because it's quite, large sum, but I'll just play you a few of it. Take a listen to it. We'll be right back, Lagos.
Our friend. That is why we are making this call. As it is now, I'm going to ask a question. Who already have a PVC? Who has made the capturing of his PVC and has not collected? Okay, let's start from who has it now. PVC. Can you please put your answer? Your PVC with you. You have a PVC. Let me see your hand. Even if it's not here now, we are sure you are going to bring it. Yes. If you don't have it now, but you can bring it maybe tomorrow or just tomorrow. Okay, if you know you have a PVC, just raise your hand.
Anthony, where the boy?
I'm not seeing your hands, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. 7. People here, I am sure by the time we take numbers of our people here, we will not be less than 60. Just looking at it now, if I count everybody now, we will not be less than 60. So we have 20 people. 20 people that has PVC. The rest, what is happening? Because we are ready to fight. Yes, I'm not hiding it though. Me, I'm not hiding this. I'm not going to talk under anything. I have to be blunt with you. I have narrated everything for you. That in the continent, we have continent Africa. Out of that continent Africa, we have West Africa. In West Africa, we find Nigeria. In Nigeria, there is Lagos. In Lagos, there is Etiosa. Within Etiosa, we have Gara. And this is where you call Gara. And by the grace of God for Gara today, we shall take our decision. The people that will be friends with us are the people that have their PVC, the people that will be doing business and making profit on business. Want to vote Labour Party, want to vote PDP, it will not be here. That is, you see, election has been coming and going. We have never done this kind of polling before. But this one is a directive. As I am talking to you, even by being a person is at stake. The status of my children is at stake. If you people fumble, and that is why I'm not going to look at it that way. I will not allow you to jeopardize my own future and the future of my own children. So, gentlemen, I don't know what you want to do, because as it is, we are here now, you have all failed. You have all failed, and you are ready to battle with us. We are also ready. We are also ready. For the few, about 5 or 10 of you that have the PVC that are voting here, we will identify you. The rest, you can no longer stay with us. I am sorry. So do your needful. Message. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I greet everybody. Good afternoon, everybody.
That's the much I can take. That would be the much I can take from that audio because of time. But that goes on and on and on and on, and your guess is as good as mine as to what has transpired or what's happened from that conversation. You like to say something, Promise?
But I'm just curious. What do they need people's PVC for? Seriously. And I really want to understand what he meant by, the life of his children and his, were at stake. This is really worrisome. Seriously, it's really worrisome.
All right, so before I get further to the steps and directions that we have, how much we have investigated or tried to dig out on this matter, let me also play you an audio. This is actually another video making the round of, in a particular community, I think in Onitsha, where youth almost lynched an elderly man, more, I think, an above 50 years old man, because he tore we hear he's a PDP man, and then because he tore the poster of the Labour Party presidential candidates. And this happened in Onitsha. Take a listen to it. We'll be right back.
See this man. This man tear a big cloth. PDP man. PDP man tear a big PDP man. Yes, PDP man tear a big. Yes, PDP man tear Obi PDP man tear Obi poster. PDP man tear Obi poster. TDP man tear Obi poster. They are serious voters. Yes. PDP man tear Obi poster. PDP man tear Obi poster. TDP man tear Obi poster. The youth have lies. The youth are not happy. The youth of Musuka 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 are not happy. PDP man is tearing Obi poster. PDP man is tearing Obi poster. Enough of these PDP people. God will punish PDP. PDP man is tearing Obi poster. PDP man is tearing Obi poster. Yes. Yes, see it. Come and see it. Come on.
Stop this day. Stop it.
So, PDP man tear Obi poster. See it. See it.
Again, that's the much I can take from that. You need to see the video. You need to see the mob action on this man, whom, from the look of things, shouldn't be less than a middle age. Shouldn't be less than 50 something by these youths in Nsukka community in Enugu State, almost lynching him there for tearing the posters of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. So and then again we ask, to what do we attribute this political desperation to?
And violence.
That's the question. Political desperation and violence. So on Saturday, we saw what happened to some Labour Party supporters on their way to the Teslim Balogun Stadium, some at Jakonde area of Lekki, and some in other parts of Lagos, I dare say, from investigations, that they were attacked for wearing a Labour Party outfit and going for a rally. But there are other political parties who have had rallies in different parts of the country without problems. Why can't we just, be tolerant or politically tolerant of one another? I mean, the reason why we have about 18 presidential candidates is for us to make a choice. My choice does not have to be your choice. We may come from the same state or residents in the same state, but I don't have to choose whom you choose. How did we go from, what we should be to where we are now? That's what we are looking at. There's a lot to look at in that direction. I also told you that in Rivers State, the APC governorship candidate has encountered quite a couple of attacks in Omumba local government. That's in Eche, attack in Rumuji community in my one, and then attack in Opopo. That is in Opoponkoro local government area of Rivers State. And you would just be wondering, why all of these attacks? In fact, that of Rumuji, it was a dynamite that exploded. Two explosives. So to what do we owe all of these political tolerance? Lagos, phone lines are open. Let's get to take your thoughts and reactions. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. We wouldn't want to say so much about this evening, but we'd just love to share your thoughts and views about this and what we can do to, get things better. As a matter of fact, I reached out personally to the PRO of Lagos State Police Command, the Lagos PPRO, SP Benjamin Hunde, on this matter on Etiosa, on Bara community in Etiosa local government area. And he did admit that, yes, that information has been made available to them. And as a matter of fact, he has called the appropriate people mentioned in that audio for questioning. And that's the much he can tell me. So it is good that the force or the authorities know about this, or they are aware about this, and we're also looking forward to them running their investigations. And let's see what will be the outcome of the questioning, that would come off from that invitation. And then let's hope that it does end well. And then let's hope that people living in those communities will be safe at the end of the day. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Lagos, if you're watching via YouTube and you'd like to do us a WhatsApp message, or you'd like to join us live on this conversation, you can call us live. That is, if you are watching from the diaspora, you can call us live on 0700 903 9039 on WhatsApp. 0700 903 9039 on WhatsApp. Hello, good evening, Lagos.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, a very good evening to you. Thank you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well done. This is Timothy. Thank you. God bless you for the good job you're doing.
I appreciate you, Timothy. Thank
Timothy
you. Go
from
ahead.
Adimasho.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
I was able to listen to the audio. And in that location, the ballot and the chairman of that location should be responsible. And also that the election should either be suspended or cancelled or postponed for further notice. Because such act is a very horrible act and is not even palatable in this condition we are. Yeah, God bless.
Thank you so much. Well done. All right, so talking about this, you would also recall that in 2019 elections, there were records of such intimidations in some communities. I mean, people had called here to tell me about such intimidations happening in Oshodi local government, in Amo-Odofi and all of it. But then what happened? Why did we not have, runoff elections in those local governments where those attacks happened? I don't know. Or rerun elections. Hello, good evening to you. All right, 0700 903 903 903. That is the number to call. Let's take your thoughts and reactions. Lagos. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello. All right, I lost that. All right, WhatsApp number is 0700 903 903 0700 903 9039. That's the number to do also WhatsApp message to. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Rotana from Isolo.
Lutana.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Isolo.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
What I'm saying, this whole thing started from collection of PVC. Let me put it that way. Yeah. There's something that it has a foundation and it has gone to this stage. I had the audio of the ATS Dara secretary. I had the way he addressed the issue. That took me back to this time. I didn't collect my PVC at Oshodi Solo local government. I tried to, but it wasn't given. So you can see that I think he said the people there were up to like 60 or less than 60, but only like 20 said they had theirs. Meaning the rest were not given. So you can feel the tension within there because I'm sure most of those people registered, but they weren't given their PVCs. So the meaning of that, they are ready to fight or something. It's trying to trigger the minds of people, and I believe we all should know how to control our tempers level. This issue of political talks, exactly some people's rallies, I think it shouldn't be. It's a matter of choice. If you like it, we do. And instead, I want to eat rice and I will eat my rice. You eat with another person may take his bread and eat. You understand? So let's each and every one of us just know how to caution ourselves and please make this peaceful for everybody. That's all I can just say.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Let's take your thoughts and reactions. To what do we attribute the spate and series of attacks or political attacks that we've been experiencing so far? That's the question this evening. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm Isaiah calling from Kotun.
Isaiah, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Hello, Isaiah. Are you there? Apologies, we lost you there. Yes, we lost you there. All right. Hello, good evening.
Precious.
Yes, good evening. Thank you. Welcome.
My name is XYZ.
Haha, Mr. ABC. You're welcome.
Yeah. There was a saying that goes that cow was right 10 times before that time. The man at his theater is already a failure. Because if you watch it, what he said, his man has failed already. Look at, he said, jeopardizing his future and the future of his children. That means they are actually sucking the life of Nigerians because they cannot. Who knows if he's controlling one local agbo in his area now, collecting money without working. So that's exactly why he's saying, I want to oblige people to come out and march. These are just metrics. If let's face them one-on-one with our PVC, we'll get rid of those kind of people out of this country because he cannot even stand on his own. If he was just saying that his strength lies on the incoming APC president, I don't think the man is strong enough to be a man. You don't need to depend on anybody. Stand on your own. Let's go to the poll and make this thing and get the narrative and change Nigeria. maybe they're enjoying with whatever. People are not happy at all. And the worst thing that can happen to this country is when the youth stand up on their own. The entrance today is a small case. So I want to encourage people at the theater. The man is in question, is just lucky to be at the theater. When you go deep, you might even find out that it's not from a theater. Anyway, I believe anyway they find themselves, that place become their own. So people should not mind him. Go out and vote. Let him come and do whatever he wants to do. And I want the authorities to handle him, because this is a threat. And again,
we've been told by the Lagos State Police Command that the people in question have been invited for questioning.
It should be dealt with serious this thing. That other people will see that we are not joking here. The man is citing trouble. So on the account of the man in I think Abakaliki or thereabout, I watched the video on Soka. I watched the video. So what the man did was wrong. So and you know,
but if what he did was wrong, does it warrant such mob action?
Is what I don't like.
Okay.
You know, but there is no how he will be taught.
Because if you ask me, 2 wrongs don't make it right, really.
Yes, of course. But the one thing is this. I thought I felt pity for the old man. I was just putting on his singlet and his trousers. So the way they were touching, or the way the lynching was much though, but it cost it. You don't need to do that kind of a thing. Most especially when people are clamoring for this change. You should understand what I mean. I remember 2015 when APC is coming on board. Everything was hot. You cannot say anything about APC. They're ready to fight. They're ready to kill themselves. That is the change we are seeing now. So everybody needs to be, when you come in this our west, like Lagos, we know them very well. We know most of them are troublesome people. You use your senses. But that was not.
We have troublesome people across every political party. That's actually the point of this conversation. So, no particular political party, has.
I am just like what I said. Because I am just making a reference via what that man at the church said. Because he said it's purpose. This is where he supports him. This is what he wants. You don't need to do it. Everybody has to do it, or you go out of it yourself. So I am making that reference based on what he's saying, because that's their normal narrative and settings here when it comes to Lagos. We know it's one-way traffic, but I just hope and pray that God will just change our people's narrative. I will get it right, because you need to get it right this time around. We are suffering. I've been on traffic for more than 2 hours.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so we are suffering. Like even when we know there is no fuel, you cannot even make change of the old note. Now, back are not taking it. You cannot even find the new note.
But that is not the fault of Lagos State government anyway.
I am not saying it's their fault, but at least these are things Nigerians are tired, and these are things we need to do, and to change the government. So people will go back, relax and work, and at the end of the day, you find a place to take a bottle of cold Heineken and
thank you for the adverts. I appreciate you, Mr. XYZ. Thank you for calling me.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open. Let's take your thoughts and reactions. What do you make of the series of attacks that we've encountered so far across all political campaigns? I did mention to you that APC governorship campaign did also experience quite a number of attacks in River State. I mentioned they had about 3 that I recently, Moma local government area of River State, in Opobo precisely, that is in Opobo Nkoro local government area of River State, and of course in Rumuji community, that is around mile 1 in
Port Harcourt
City, exactly. And then in the PDP has also had their fair share, of course, with series of those attacks happening in the north, against the PDP. And most recently, it was a man who was almost lynched because he tore the
Labour Party
poster. Right. And then the attack on Labour Party supporters in Lagos State, plus this threat by an APC official in Lagos State saying, no, come back to don't even bother coming back to do business if you do not vote for us. What do we owe, to all of this? Hello, good evening to you. Yes, sir. All right, I'm here with you. Good evening. Apologies. Go ahead.
I'm Ben. I'm calling from Eva.
Ben, you're welcome.
Ben.
Thank you. I want to tell people not to fear these people, though. This is fight to finish. This time around, we are letting nobody fear them, all their threats. That is nonsense. Nobody to threaten anybody to control him who to vote. You vote your choice. Anybody want to vote, you vote your choice. Say you will not come. If their principal win election, will you come and open your shop and do business? Yeah. So you cannot do business now if their principal win as a president. So we should disregard them. And concerning the man that was steering P2B's poster, is too bad. Because P2B ruled in Anambra State for 8 years and he laid a very good foundation. At the end, he removed his hand.
That was that Anambra or Enugu State?
P2B ruled in Enugu State, you said?
He said Anambra State.
Huh?
But that incident happened in Enugu, not Anambra
no, in
State.
Anambra State. I thought that thing said it happened at Onitsha.
It happened in Nsukka.
Okay,
Nsukka in Enugu.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I don't think it's... the man that was hearing that poster is wrong now. Because hearing that poster for a Fulani man...
But does that make lynching him right? I mean, the way they mobbed him. Does that make it right?
At least as they're talking small lesson...
No.
Are you kidding me? If the reverse were to be the case, but you're against
same intimidation.
But you're against same intimidation in Lagos State. But if he's a Fulani man, not a Nigerian. He's a Fulani man, not a Nigerian. But you're against such intimidation in Lagos State. Let's be fair. Two wrongs make no right.
Precious, listen, if you say Labour people in that East go and see Atiku poster, I will not support it. But how can you go and hear people do this poster?
Yes, he was wrong. But should he be lynched? How about if he was killed because of that?
No, they will not kill him now.
How do you know they wouldn't have killed him? How do you even know that?
I told them not to kill that man. I called them.
Are you kidding me? You're joking
serious
now. You're joking now.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
This is crazy.
Apologies. I have to let you go, brother. Thank you so much. You're laughing, Abby. It's sweeting you now because it's not you it's happening to. By the time it happens to you, you will start crying. You see the thing? So that means we all have it somewhere inside of us.
I mean,
later we'll say it's maybe the political
we only support these things
that,
when it's not us.
Exactly.
You know?
We're only against it when it's not happening to us.
It doesn't make
Abi,
sense. Intimidation and violence of any kind should not be tolerated at all. Seriously. I mean, everybody has the right to support any party or any candidate. I mean, they want to.
All right, Lagos, phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. This is Evening Rush 90.3, Voice of the People FM with Precious. And we are looking at the level of political intolerance, really, in Nigeria, especially, in the wake of the 2023 election. We've had quite a number of it, just in November alone. The campaign started in September, but in November alone, early November, that is only in the month of October. Because it was September 28th or so, campaign started. So just the month of October alone, we had about 50-something attacks in 1 month alone. And only God knows how many, if we begin to count, that we've experienced so far. How do we stop this? See what happened on Saturday.
I mean, these were reported attacks.
Vehicles were destroyed. I saw this man with his, Mercedes. That was all the glasses in that Mercedes were shattered.
Some people
all the
were
louvers.
bleeding. Some people were bleeding.
Who would bear that cost? For what? To what end? One thing I keep saying is that if you're ready to fight for your political boss, just ask yourself one question: that most of these are politicians that we're fighting for like this. Are their children in the front line of the fight? If their children are not in the front line of this fight and not ready to take bullets like you're ready to take bullets,
why should
are
you
doing that? That remains the question. Why can't we just go about this very peacefully? All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, a very good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Onyeka calling from Yanapaja.
Onyeka, you're welcome. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah. So, concerning the violence in Nigeria politics, I think it's getting too much. And the government have to know, the security agents have to be involved and handle this thing maturely. I think 2019 election in Lagos, there was the same threat against a particular tribe, and which is not very, very good. For that secretary, so-called secretary, to threaten the other people that if you don't vote, I mean, it's not supposed to be so. And the one in Enugu State, local president. I don't support violence in any form. And at the same time, don't invite problem to yourself. Because it's like here in Lagos now, going about steering Tinubu this thing. Are you not inviting problem to yourself? Automatically there will be hoodlums that will work against you, that will come after you. So when you see all those kind of trouble, avoid it. Because if the man was going even campaigning for any party of his choice, I don't think in any good state, nobody will harass him, nobody will molest him. And that particular issue is quite different from what we are facing here in Lagos. Lagos own is another thing entirely. Lagos State own is intimidation. It's all about intimidation. That particular man in Enugu State, nobody intimidated him for supporting a particular party. But he invited the problem by himself. But here, you will be here, somebody else will be threatening you that if you don't vote for this particular person, consider your business closed, consider this. I mean, are we not in Nigeria? There is Nigeria before election, and there will be Nigeria after election.
I agree.
So why should we be fighting for all those people? Go and vote your conscience. You have your own choice, I have my own choice. You will not compare me to vote against my wish. And neither will I compare you to vote against your wish. So to me, let there be a peaceful election. These people know where they will meet after the election, even before the election. And you will kill yourself because of them. I think it's not proper for every reasonable citizen to behave that way. I think that is my take.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you for calling us. All right, Lagos phone lines remain open. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Let's take your thoughts and reactions. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening. This is Isaiah calling back.
Thank you for calling back. Welcome. Your what?
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay, I feel it's high time we stop all this, political intimidation and threats of any kind. Because, but listening to the two tips that you played earlier, I feel it's something that could have been easily avoided. Okay, take for instance that of the man that was, going about saying posters. I don't even think you should really do something like that. If you have your choice, then on the third day, on the day of the election, you just come out and then vote whoever you want to vote for. Not you going about and then saying posters, which is going to, bring in problems for yourself. Then the other man that was just trying to basically, just like the last caller said, I think I kind of witnessed what happened in 2019. So I can relate to what he was saying. But the only thing I would just say is, let's just support this time. Because I don't think I've heard any of political bosses their life prior to the elections or after elections.
Can you help me speak up a little bit more, please, so I can hear you properly?
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying is, these political, let me use the word bosses, that, instruct all these thugs to do things like this. I don't think they end up losing their lives. It is, these thugs that go about dating people and then which in turn is going to result in kind of war or something. Do you get what I'm saying? So my own take and my advice is let's just support this political intimidation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you. All right, so if you're just joining us, we've been talking about, some threats by people living in different parts of the country and political, chaos during political campaigns and all of that, and attacks during political campaigns. That's what we have been talking about. And to what do we owe all of this? So before that, I did play you earlier on the show. I did play you an audio of someone who, a voice note from someone who has been identified as a secretary of a Chiosa local government area, where he was speaking with people in Bara community in Chiosa, and asking them that, telling them that, you know what, I'm not even begging you this time around, we're not even hiding it. You must vote for APC. If you want to vote for Labour Party or you want to vote for PDP, it would not happen in this election because it's not possible. And then the man did even mention something very critical, that his life and that of his children,
his family,
that their lives are at stake. And you begin to wonder, over what? Election? Oh, wow. How did we get to this level that we have become absolutely political intolerant? We don't even want to hear that in some parts of the country someone else will mention another political party or another candidate.
And you're imposing your candidate on people.
Exactly. And then you want everyone to, align with you politically. Well, that's not the case in democracy. That's why we have right to choices. Let me go back and play that audio again for those who did not listen to it initially, so you take a listen to it.
17.
So this was where he was counting number of people who had their PVC and asking them, I don't know if he wanted them to submit their PVC, really. It wasn't clear.
I have narrated everything for you. That in the continent, we have continent Africa. Out of that continent Africa, we have West Africa. In West Africa, we find Nigeria. In Nigeria, there is Lagos. In Lagos, there is Etiosa. Within Etiosa, we have Bara. And this is where it calls Bara. And by the grace of God, for Bara today, we shall take our decision. The people that will be friends with us are the people that have their PVC, the people that will be doing business and making profit. You want to vote Labour Party, you want to vote PDP, it will not be here. That is, you see, election has been coming and going. We have never done this kind of polling before. But this one is a directive. As I am talking to you, even my being a person is at stake. The status of my children is at stake. If you people fumble, and that is why I'm not going to look at it that way. I will not allow you to jeopardize my own future and the future of my own children.
You heard that, Lagos, where he said he would not allow people to jeopardize his own future and the future of that of his children by voting a candidate that would not go down well with him, because this particular case is different. And then I also play you a mob action, more like on a PDP chieftain, if I have to say that, in Nsukka community in Enugu State, that was almost lynched by a group of youth because he tore the roster. Did I say roster? because it tore the poster of the Labour Party presidential candidate. Take a listen to that.
This man tear a big plot. PDP man. PDP man tear a PDP man. Yes, PDP man tear Obi. Yes, PDP man tear Obi. PDP man tear Obi poster. PDP man tear Obi poster. PDP man tear Obi poster. There are zero protesters. Yes, PDP man tear Obi poster.
You heard that serious protest there because of that incident. And then we're asking, to what do we owe this level of political intolerance?
And
first
violence,
of all, why go and tear another person's poster or guy? And then secondly, and for an eye they say would have everyone go blind in a community. So why should this be happening? To what do we owe all of this? How did we get to that level where we cannot even tolerate each other? Because you know why I'm saying this? I did remember that in River State, in the wake of the 2015 election, it got to a level where even two brothers one who's supporting APC and one who's
PDP
supporting
and
PDP
APC.
could not eat anymore together. They will not talk to each other anymore. Their wives will not be in talking
families
terms.
became enemies.
Families became enemies for the same PDP and APC, whom, you know, people keep their members keep jumping ships, cross carpeting, and they are becoming enemies. Oh my goodness, how about now? We could do better. Well, Lagos phone lines are open 0700-903-903-903. Let's take your thoughts and reactions. Off of YouTube, I see your messages on YouTube. It says Jules King says Lagos Monarch, you mean official. He says it seems this is a new wave. This new wave has made these so-called officials to be shaking in their boots. That's what you said. And Rockshine will see your reaction there. He said everyone should go and arm themselves. No. All right. And then this says Nonso says people should all right, I see you, Nonso. Yep. And then John 1 says what is really happening in Nigeria? This is just election and not war. I will advise the country. No, I would not even take that. I can't take anything that, is not in line with the unity of the country. All right. So, phone lines are still open. 0700-903-903-903. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Can you help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please?
Hello?
Yes, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling from Afluk.
You're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you, sir.
Okay. What I'm saying, as this man said, I hear the video now, I hear the thing when the man talk for itself. And this thing when we do now, we do like saying that play. Federal government, I think they hear the language. Politics is not the when me and you be the same mother, the same father. It's person who can do you well. You be like servant or church. Anywhere when you go, your man tell you, son, there, then go pray for you, but the things go better for you, and there you go. Okay, this one, when they talk now, we dey take them as a joke. And then talk, as the man talk now, if they no vote for APC, vote for PDP or Labour Party, then people go see fire. And they are you telling me, said they no meeting when they do. The first person sleep, wake up and talk. The person when they reach 18 years. It's not a joke. And what I'm saying now, any Igbo man when they this Lagos now, let them know, or let them know what to do or what to talk. Because this election, as they do it now, they must fight. But I don't pray for that. But that is why can people, they train people. This goal Nigeria is for all of us. You reach evil and the Hausa people there about there. You reach not to the same thing. It's because it's our country. We are not a foreigners. How can they talk this thing? Okay, if they talk this thing, why this Niger Delta during the Jonathan? Why they not talk if they no vote to sell the oil, they not go take them again, then go burn everything. And the man the winner, but Mago, the man accept it and greet them and working with them. If election is, if you can't beat them, you join them. Or because if you come out, and you go cause this one. Why then go make sure 3 party? What of all that 20-something party will remain? So what I'm saying, as them talk them, what is the day of election matter? But after the result, I think the problem. And our people, them do investment here for Malabo everywhere, go to BDS. So when this thing do now, then go burn Igbo people something or another travel something. Is it good? Is it a language where we go to hear? That's when the folks said they must go to APC. You know, see the sufferness went there for this Nigeria. Who they blow food now? If meat you hungry you, can you tell me since 1 month you went there for radio and say don't buy meat, share and take one or chop, your picking chop, your husband chop. You go make a buy from we no go see and buy. And now no money to buy. So we then now then the first say you must vote for the people. So they want us to die. What I'm talking, this thing, if it can happen like this, if the army can take control of this Nigeria, then take control of this Nigeria. Because it's not do or die. This government is for everybody, an opportunity they get. How can person they trade people? if you no vote, you go see the thing wey we go do you. We dey take am like play. Okay, our people, all the House of Rep and the House of Senate, they no hear this language. And I want them to let them hear this thing, make them know how they go control this thing, because no man, before any rumor, when the rumor person say the person don't die, that is, he don't sick or tell somebody that has a headache, the person can reach home say he don't die. So element of rumor, that is element of truth there. Let me end this like this. So let Igbo people, when they Lagos, let them know what to do.
All right, thank you so much.
But we hand God everything.
All right, thank you. Thank you for calling. We appreciate you. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open, 0700 903 903 903. Let's see how much of your reactions we can take before we wrap up this conversation and move to the next. And Kenny says the strongest of all warriors are these two, time and patience. Great one there. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's fine from Sulu.
You're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Like some of them are speaking. The topic you're speaking today. It's not just about the ones that we have, the one of last week. You know, the issue, I think the major issue for me here, according to that voice note, he said it was a directive.
Yes, it's a directive. Yes. That's what he said.
So where is the directive? Who is the person responsible? Who gave them that directive? Okay, I think today, this morning, the one Oshomono, the same kind of directive, Oshomono had issued his own. If the video was not, if they didn't see him on video, giving his own directive to his own people. You know, the same people will come on television and be telling us that that one, this one, that Nigeria is this, that Nigeria is that. They will, in fact, I don't know, we are in trouble in this country. The people that will call our leaders are the ones dealing with us. They are the ones trying to cage us and kill us. How can people, okay, this same Yoruba people, this Yoruba man or Yoruba whatever he is, traditional whatever he is, there are Yorubas in UK, in London, in US, in parliamentary. What of if the Yorubas will tell the blacks that are in their victims, they will not do this, they will not live there? Why are we so wicked to ourselves? Okay, the man is not even considering people around. He's considering his own personality, his own immediate family. So whatever comes about any other person is not his business. When will we get it right in this country? Why are we so wicked to ourselves? Yorubas are suffering. Igbos are suffering. Now they want to turn the suffering as if Yorubas are living in paradise. Igbos are suffering. Are we not the same hardship everybody is going through in this Lagos? Everybody, both Yoruba, outside Igbo, all of us are going through the same hardship. Now everybody is as if the suffering is tribal suffering. Some people are better.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I think I had to let you go there. Okay, all right, 0700. Let's see if we can take a few more calls before. Handful. Yes, quite a handful, you know. So the thing is, I did mention that we've had these attacks in different parts of the country. I mean, the APC had their own fair share of these attacks in Port Harcourt, I dare say, and I remember that very vividly. In about 3 different communities in Port Harcourt, even a dynamite was unleashed 2 times, like twin bombing in Rumuji community in River State. That did happen in River State.
And we still had that of rallies. The PDP DG in River State, I mean, last week.
Oh, just Thursday. Just Thursday last week.
Thursday.
Yeah. Well, you know, the governor had said that he had to disperse him, so we don't know if that was his own way of dispersing or something.
That's still
like
violence.
But so that's what we're talking about. And John 1, you cannot be asking for the disunity or separation of the country. You want me to read a message that supports that? No, I won't do that. Far. Yeah, that's why I could not take your message. Let's see if we can do one more message and then we wrap it up. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Ola from Akonjo.
Ishola, you're welcome. Go ahead, let's hear you.
I want to caution my brothers from the southeast.
Thank you. Go ahead.
They should not set Nigeria on fire. It is not compulsory that their candidate should win. Anybody that win for all of us. What we should clamor for is good governance. Not my brother should win. If you continue this way, it will not pay all of us. The same market Igbo man goes to is the same market Yoruba man goes.
I agree with you. The same fuel will buy the same bread.
Same fuel station.
Yes. So they should watch their language. Let us take it easy. Election will be over. We all still live together. Can they allow Yoruba man to rule them in the southeast? Can they? We keep talking about America. Can they?
Okay, so is an Igbo man about to rule in Lagos State?
I don't know.
You said?
Is an Igbo man about to rule in Lagos State or in the southwest?
Are they not contesting? And if they win, nobody will deny them their victory. The last time they won some House of Reps in Lagos State. And nobody denied them the joy of the victory. So let us take it easy. If you set this country on fire, it will not pay all of us. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. We appreciate you. All right, Lagos, that's the size of our package this evening. Again, I did ask, to what do we owe the spate of political attacks or political intolerance in the country? Different attacks on, during political rallies, pre and after political rallies in different parts of the countries. Almost every political party has had their fair share of this, violence. Almost all the political parties. I did mention that it happened in several occasions in the north against the PDP. It did happen against the APC in the eastern and in River State, and of course in Lagos State on Saturday we witnessed what happened, with some Labour Party supporters, And then the thing is that most of these people that are attacked is even in respect of religion and tribe. So whether you're a supporter of this person, because you have people from different tribes supporting different candidates from different tribes. So it's not as if it's to say that, because you're only Hausa, you're supporting only an Hausa candidate. No. That's not the case. I mean, the man who was almost lynched in Nsukka is an Igbo man who tore an Igbo man, Peter Obi's campaign
and he was attacked by Igbo people
and
too.
Campaign and posters. And he was attacked by his fellow Igbo men. So this is not about tribe anymore. It's not about religion anymore. I think it's about political intolerance. That's what it's just about. And how did we come this far that we can no longer tolerate each other's, opinion? Must everyone support one candidate? Must we all agree or align? Is that the case? Well, I could go on and on with that question, but that's as much you can take on this conversation. Thank you so much to everyone who joined in on this conversation. We do appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And then, of course, we'll be taking a break. Still on the evening rush this evening on the step down. We will be talking about the Chrisland issue. And of course, Chrisland and quite a number of elite schools in Lagos State have been in the news recently for not so palatable stuffs. We'll be looking at that, right? I will also take your thoughts and reactions on that too. Stay with us, Lagos 90.3 Voice of the People FM. This is the Evening Rush. My name is Precious.
And I'm Promise.
We'll be right back.